myself, Dr. Tippeswamy Gonchigara, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, Vijayanagara Sri Krishna Deva University, Ballari. In our university, for first 2 years, they are introduced the two subject for each semester. For the first BSc, there are 2 papers. The first paper is an Algebra 1 and second paper was Calculus 1. Now, I am going to deal with the Calculus 1. In that there are 4 units are there. The first unit is an nth differentiation, second unit is partial differentiation, third unit is polar coordinate system and fourth unit is polar curves. Okay, now in this session we are going to discuss about the first unit, that is successive differentiation of session 1. In the first session we are going to discuss introduction to successive differentiation and proof of some standard functions. I think you are already familiar in second PU. What is differentiation, what are the limits, what is the continuity and differentiability, and already we know that the standard formulas in differentiation and application of differentiation. In this session you are going to learn how to find the nth differentiation of the same function. Suppose you can take in second PU, you know that our differentiation of x is 1. Similarly, differentiation of x square is, we can call it as a 2x. Once again you differentiate, the 2x becomes a 2. Okay, similarly, how to define this successive differentiation? The successive differentiation can be defined as differentiation of the same function again and again is called successive differentiation. Okay, you can take one example here. Okay, differentiation of x cube, that is third order derivative we are going to find for x cube. We can differentiate once. Differentiation of x cube can be written as 3 into an x square. X square again you are going to differentiate, it becomes what, 3 into 2 into x. Again you are going to differentiate, it becomes what, 3 into 2 into 1, it can be written as a 6. 6 can also be written as a 3 factorial. This is a very simple concept in the nth differentiation or successive differentiation. Once I repeat, the differentiation of the same function, that is called as an x cube, again and again we get a solution, is this process is called as successive differentiation. For the successive differentiation we can denoted as different notations here, dy by dx or d2 by dx square, already familiar in second PU. Similarly, you can denote it as y dash, y double dash, y triple dash and so on. We can denote or we can represent it by dy, d2 by dy and d3y, nothing but what is capital D is nothing but dy by dx with respect to independent variable. Very simplest way we can represent in the nth differentiation or a derivative says y1, y2, y3 and so on. Once again, just I want to repeat what is the definition of differentiation here, nth differentiation. Differentiation of same function and again and again is called successive differentiation or nth differentiation. Now we are going to learn some of the standard function of nth differentiation. First I would like to take a very simple function that is called x to the power of n, how to find the solution for nth derivative. We can assume here, we can represent with a different notations, already we discussed in the previous slide. Now I am writing in the form of a notation here, d power n of x to the power of n by dx to the power of n, otherwise you can write it as a d power n of x to the power of n. Now we will differentiate once. Okay, what is the differentiation of x to the power of n? Can be written as n into x to the power of n minus 1. But instead of I am writing an x to the power of n minus 1, I written as d power n minus 1 of x power n minus 1 divided by dx to the power of n minus 1. You are writing the next order derivative, n become n minus 1 and so on. We can observe the result here. Okay, we are writing next derivative is an n into n minus 1, d power n minus 2 and so on. Again you can continue this procedure, we get finally n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into and so on. Finally we get 3 into 2 into 1. We can observe this term here, n into n minus 1, n minus 2 or n minus 3 and so on. 3 into 2 into 1 can be written as n factorial. Okay, in the simplest way we can represent the nth differentiation of x to the power of n as, okay, very simple form, that is the d power n of x power n can be written as n factorial. Okay, observe the previous example we discussed in the beginning itself. The third order derivative of an x cube can be written as 3 into 2 into 1 can be written as 3 factorial, can be written as a 6. This is a very good example for x to the power of n here. You can easily understand what is the how to get the result for nth derivative of x to the power of n. We can discuss the another simple function here, the nth derivative of e power x. Okay, e power x differentiation is e power x, I think we already familiar. We can represent by the notation the nth derivative of e power x here. We can differentiate the e power x again and again up to the nth derivative. Finally, you can write differentiation of e power x is e power x, the n minus 1 derivative is also e power x, and continue this procedure until unless we can find the nth derivative here. Again finally we get e to the power of x. Finally, we can write the nth derivative of e power x is e to the power of x. The very important note here, instead of written as e power x, we are writing the a, that is the e power ax. A is the coefficient of nx. How to write this is, similarly you can write as differentiation of e to the power of x is e power x into ax differentiation is a. It is once you can differentiate. You can continue this procedure n time, you can write it as a into a up to n times, you can write it as a power n into e power ax as it is. This is an application of nth derivative of e power x. Instead of writing an e power x, we can write it as e power ax can be written as a to the power of n e power ax. Okay, these are the two very basic formulas or results of an nth derivative. X power n can be written as n factorial, e power x can be written as e power x as it is. Okay, you can learn about the some more results for the nth differentiation here. The nth differentiation of a to the power of x plus b whole to the power of m. M is the power of the polynomial or algebraic function here. We can take the nth derivative of this function here. The very clear it is. We can write the differentiation of a power ax plus b whole to the power of m. Once you can differentiate, we can write it as m into differentiation of a power x plus b can be written as whole to the power of m minus 1 into the differentiation of ax plus b can be written as a. Okay, finally, the first order derivative of ax plus b whole power m can be written as a into m into ax plus b whole to the power of m minus 1. Okay, we can write similarly, you can differentiate second one, it can be written as, for already is there a is there, a become an a square because you are differentiating once again m into the, you are writing an m minus 1 derivative is m minus 1 into ax plus b whole to the power of m minus 1, and again so on you can differentiate n times. Finally, the last term can be written as like this, m minus n minus 1, actually it is m minus n plus 1, it will be written finally ax plus b whole to the power of m. M is nothing but power of the polynomial or algebraic function. The n is called as a derivatives. What are the number of derivatives we are taking? An n means final term having the power m minus n. Okay, it is a very general example. We cannot expect the result very clearly in ax plus b whole to the power of n. You have the sub cases. The first case is very clear. If the order of the derivative means an n and power of the function is an m, if both are equal, we can write it as n factorial into a to the power of n. We can take, if it is the order of the derivative is 2 and power of the function is 2, if both are equal, then we can write easily the result is, it can be written as, that is n factorial into a to the power of n, because we are a is how many times it is repeated, n times. Okay, that is the best example is, this is a very similar example, you can say that is the order of the derivative is 3 and function is also having a 3. Finally, the result is, finally you can write it as n factorial, that is called 3 factorial, it become a 6. That is the beautiful example for that case. Here a is coefficient is 1, that is why written as 1 to the power of n is 1. Okay, that is the result. Finally, we can write like this. Okay, next case is very clear. We can take the next is m is greater than n, means we can say that the power of the function is more than the number of derivatives. We can take an expectation here, solution is very clear. The result is, if we take m factorial, the number is more, m minus n factorial into x to the power of n is the formula. We just how to derive this result is very simple. Just for the above expression, you can multiply divided by the remaining terms, we get this result. Okay, next result is, okay, that is if it is m is less than n, means the number of the power of the function is less, means we can say that 2. If the derivative number of derivative is more, that is called 3. Definitely we can say that is 2 is less than 3, number of derivatives more means the differentiation of constant, it automatically we get a constant function here. That is the reason always the result is a 0. Okay, next is if we take, instead of taking an m is equal to n or n is equal to n, we are taking m equal to minus p. Why? Because we are taking here where p is a positive integer, you are writing that is minus p means you can write what is the m is equal to minus p in this case. Okay, observe the result, m is equal to minus p means you can write by 1 over ax plus b whole to the power of p, we can write like this. I written is finally this result here. The formula for this is very simple, minus 1 to the power of n, p plus n minus 1 factorial by p minus 1 factorial, a to the power of n into ax plus b whole to the power of p plus n, if p is a positive integer. Okay, next last case is, instead of taking a p, we are taking, assuming that p is equal to exactly 1. This is p is equal to exactly 1. The above function is becomes, in this substitution, ax plus b whole to the power of, that is m is equal to minus 1 we can take, or p is equal to minus 1 we take, ax plus b whole to the power of minus 1 can be written as 1 over ax plus b whole to the power of p we can write. Okay, written finally this is the result here. We can observe here n factorial minus a to the power of n into ax plus b whole to the power of n plus 1, because already we have 1 over ax plus b, it increases the term here, minus 1 to the power of n. This is the final result. Okay, we can understood here finally, if you take any algebraic function or a polynomial ax plus b whole to the power of m, you have the different cases, m is equal to n, order of the function and the derivative is same, we can take n factorial into the coefficient of an x, m is greater than n, if the function is more the power as compared to the number of derivatives, this you get a second result. If m is less than n, you can take a final result is 0. If m equal to minus p, we get result 4, and m equal to particular case m is equal to minus 1. Okay, next you can discuss some more results here. It is also very simple result. The nth already familiar in second PU, what is logarithmic of x? Log x can be written as, we can write 1 over x. Log of ax plus b can be written as 1 over ax plus b into a, but it is very difficult to write the nth derivative of the logarithmic function. Then observe the result. Okay, it is a very simple, log of ax plus b. Once you can differentiate 1 by the function into a. Okay, next is, next differentiation is 1 over x here. It is an ax plus b, nothing but 1 by x, differentiation is minus 1 by x square, means you can write it as, observe the result, you have n minus 1. The next order terms are getting minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and so on. How many times you are differentiating? N times you are differentiating means a power n. What is the number we get? Minus 1 factorial, because first derivative we get only 1, second derivative also 1, that is why we can n minus 1 factorial. The denominator having ax plus b, this is the result. Once and I repeat, log x differentiation is 1 over ax plus b into a, we get a first order. We can get an nth order, minus 1 to the power of n minus 1, n minus 1 factorial, a to the power of n, ax plus b whole to the power of n. Similarly, the last is very simple term, a to the power of mx. In second PU, differentiate 2 to the power of mx or 2x. How to write the 2 to the power of x here? Okay, 2 to the power of x into log a we written. Finally, how to find the nth derivative of this function is very simple. You can, nth derivative of a power mx can be written as, first order derivative you can find, that is a power mx we are writing as it is, into the differentiation of mx is an m, into we are writing in log a is the first order derivative. We can continue like this for the nth order, second order derivative can be written as, again second m into m become an m square, a into a become again a square, sorry, a to the power of mx as it is, log a into log a become log a square. You can continue this process for the nth derivative, we can write m to the power of n, a to the power of mx, log a to the power of n. This is the result finally we get for nth order derivatives. Okay, observe the result, just I can recap finally once again. The nth differentiation or a successive differentiation of x to the power of n is an n factorial, e power x nth derivative is an e to the power of x here. Okay, we have the different cases in ax plus b whole to the power of m. We have the 5 cases already discussed in the previous slide. The nth differentiation of log of ax plus b can be written as minus 1 to the power of n minus 1. You should remember, n minus 1 factorial into a power n ax plus b whole to the power of n. The a power mx can be written as m to the power of n into a power mx into log a to the power of n. These are the very standard result. Okay, next we can take few examples regarding this. We observe the result, we can take application. The fourth order derivative of e power x. I think you know that the nth order derivative of e power x is e power x. We can write the fourth order derivative of e power x is also an e power x. The fourth order derivative of e power 2x can be written as just like e to the power of ax. A is 2, how many derivatives? 4 derivative, nothing but a to the power of n, 2 power 4 e power ax. This is the result. Similarly, the fourth order derivative of x to the power of 4 means the order of the derivative and the polynomial is same. It can be written as a 4 factorial is 24. The fourth order derivative of 2x plus 3 whole power 4, 2 power 4 because of the formula, that is nothing but a to the power of n into the what is the value of 1. We can write it as the differentiation of this is the value, the 2x plus 3 whole power 4 n differentiation is n 16. Similarly, the zeroth order of the zeroth order means you are not differentiating here, it is understood. Zeroth derivative of 2x plus 3 whole power 4 is function as it is. Again you are differentiating the second order derivative of e power 2x can be written as a, that is 2 to the power of n means 2 square, you are finding second order derivative a power 2x as it is. In the final result is 4a power 2x log a whole square. Okay, this is the result finally. Okay, we can take the one more second order derivative of, that is log of 3x plus 4. We are writing the result minus 1 to the power of n minus 1 means, okay, that is finally the result is, finally we get, finally this is the result. We can apply finally what is the result of our logarithm of ax plus b. Okay, next I come to the session summary, otherwise you can take evaluation if you understood or not. The nth differentiation of x to the power of 0. What is the nth differentiation of x to the power of 0? X to the power of 0 is 1. You are finding the nth differentiation of constant is 0. We can go through the solution here. B is the right solution. Similarly, the value of nth derivative of 3x plus 0.2 means 0th derivative of 3x plus 0.2. Think twice, what is the solution? We have the solutions are that is options are a equal to a is 0.2, b is 3, c is 0 and d is equal to 3x plus 0.2. We can expect the solution for this. Finally, the 0th derivative means we get a same function as it is. The solution is, that is d is the solution. We can come to the next question is the third order derivative of e power 2x. Third order derivative of e power 2x is the options are a equal to 8 e power 2x, again 2 e power 2x and c equal to e to the power of 2x and d is none of these. Third order derivative means the n is equal to 3 means 2 cube into e power 2x can be written as 8 into e power 2x. I think you can check the solution for this. A is 8 into e power 2x. Okay, again you can take the fourth one, the differentiation of log x. The options are a is an x and second option is 2x, third option is 0 and d option is 1 by x. It is very easy in the second PU, you learned about this is, okay, that is the final solution is the differentiation of log x is an 1 over x. Okay, next the last question is what is the value of a 0th derivative of 100 to the power of 0. You can think twice, 100 to the power of 0 is 1. The 0th derivative of 1 is nothing but the same number. Okay, a is n, first option is 100, second option is 0, c is undefined and d is equal to 1. Finally, you can conclude that the result is the d option, a d is equal to 1. Okay, these are the references for the extra. You can go through this G.K. Rangnath, a textbook of mathematics, Rudraya, college mathematics and B.S. Grewal is the beautiful book. We can purchase this, higher engineering mathematics. I refer these 3 books for this preparation of this content here. Okay, thank you. We will meet in the second session.